Hey Nash, what should we make?
I know you love French onion soup and we both love pasta, so let's make a French onion baked spaghetti.
All right, let's make French onion baked spaghetti. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where we make things you may have never tried to see if you should go make them too. So I love French onion soup and I love pasta. If you know, you know. So today we're gonna combine the two and make a French onion baked spaghetti. It's gonna come together pretty easy, quick enough, and it should be delicious. So without further ado, let's go. All right, so we take out our finger death trap, AKA a mandolin. Be careful, these things are pretty gnarly. And then we are going to thin slice about 4 or 5 onions. Way more onions than you think you need. How about that? Then we take out some cremini mushrooms or some baby bellas. I rinsed them because mushrooms are dirty, folks. Don't eat dirt. And then we just want to thin slice these. Maybe I give them a rough chop after that because we don't want any big old chunks of mushroom in here. And then we want to grate about a cup of Gruyere and a cup of mozzarella. Sorry, I did it earlier. Because planning? I don't know. Anyways, set those aside. Then we bring 4 to 6 quarts of water up to a boil. You want to salt that. Oh yeah, there we go. And then we want to add a pound of spaghetti. Don't break your noodles, folks. Just let them soften, push them down. They'll all get in the bath. Everybody will take a bath. And then once that comes back up to a boil, you want to cook it 1 minute shy of al dente. So for me, that's 10 minutes. Then to a pan on medium heat, you want to melt 4 tablespoons of butter. And then if you're not paying attention, your butter will start to brown a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. Then we add in all of our onions, get those kind of stirred in, coated in oil or butter, whatever, fat of some sort. Then we add a pinch of salt and some black pepper. Stir that all in, get it all combined, all that good stuff. Then we just want to let this cook until our onions have softened and started to get a little bit of color. Should take, I don't know, about 5 to 7 minutes. You do want to stir it occasionally though, so you don't get some burned and some not cooked. And if you can't stir it often, then I would lower your heat and it'll take a little longer. But for now, we wait. As soon as our pasta is done, we kill the heat, and then we drain our pasta. And once your onions have started to nicely soften and they're starting to get a little color, we're on the road to caramelization here. And we add in our mushrooms. Leave no mushroom behind. Yay. Get those all stirred in. And you can break your mushrooms up a little bit. It's up to you. They're gonna shrink a lot, but also, you know, just like anything you're cooking, just think about what size you'd want to take a bite of, you know? What do you want in your mouth?
That's what she said.
And then we want to cook these until the mushrooms and the onions are nicely softened, reduced, caramelized, all that good stuff. And this will take probably about 15 or so minutes. So settle in, and then if you notice things are starting to burn more than cook and slowly caramelize, then just go ahead and lower your heat. Well, for now, we're just gonna kick it at medium heat, and we're just gonna let this cook. Then once your onions and your mushrooms are nicely caramelized, got some good color, everything's looking good, probably tasting good, then get everything kind of stirred around, and then we want to clear out a little landing spot in the middle. Give that just a tiny bit of oil. That was probably too much, oh well. Then we add 3 cloves of minced garlic. Let that cook for about a minute until fragrant, and then we stir that into the onions and the mushrooms. Then we want to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, a couple tablespoons of thyme. If you have fresh thyme, that's even better. And 2 teaspoons of packed brown sugar. Get this all mixed in. And then you can see we have a bunch of fond stuff stuck to the bottom of the pan. So we're gonna add a cup of dry white wine to deglaze our pan. So then you just kind of want to scrape up the bottom, scrape any bits that are stuck. Just get all that fond off because that's all gonna be flavor. And then we just let that cook until most of the moisture's gone. Once most of your moisture is gone and your caramelized onion slop is smelling delicious, then we add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Get that combined and cook that for a minute or 2 until the raw flour smell goes away and you start to smell more of a sort of nutty, delicious smell. I'll just scrape anything off the bottom that's sticking. We want all that flavor. Then we slowly add in 2.5 cups of beef broth and a cup of heavy cream. Bring that up to a boil, and then we lower our heat, and we just sort of stirring occasionally, let this simmer for about probably 5 to 7 minutes until this sauce thickens. Once your sauce is thickened, go ahead and kill the heat. And then we add in about half of our Gruyere cheese. Stir that in till it melts. At some point, now or earlier, you want to preheat your oven to 375. And then we add about half of our mozzarella. Stir that in till it melts. And then I probably should have used a bigger, like a pot instead of like the pan, but then we add in all of our spaghetti. And then in a pot, you could easily toss this, but we're just gonna have to be very gentle and just try to get everything coated. And we're gonna pour this into a casserole dish so you don't have to get it totally incorporated right now. We can always fix it in a minute, but do your best, you know, just try to get your pasta nice and coated with this delicious slop that we have here. Then we get out a greased casserole dish or aluminum pan if you don't want to clean things. And we pour our spaghetti right in there. Nice cheese pull, even when we didn't really want one. And then you can just kind of even things out a little bit. And this is where you could stir more if you didn't do a good job getting everything combined in the pan. Then we top it with the rest of our cheese. I just combined the two, Gruyere and mozzarella. Then we're gonna bake this at 375 for 20 minutes. And then we're going to put it on the top rack under the broiler and blast it for another 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe less, depending on how good your oven is, just to sort of brown and melt the cheese on top, if it's even needed at that point. But off we go. And here's our guy right out of the oven. But as you can see, it's still bubbling a little bit. It's molten lava hot. So we're gonna let this guy cool. And here's our guy after a little bit of cooling, although it's still quite warm. So let's go ahead and take a piece here. Let's see if it'll actually, probably not gonna stay together, but that's okay. Not all casseroles have to. Oh, there we go. And there we go. If you let it cool longer, you'd probably be able to take it out in pieces and it won't sort of fall apart and stuff, but you're just gonna eat it, so who cares? So there we go. And there we have our French onion baked spaghetti. And it's time for a bite. Cheers. It's got that sweetness from the onions. It's savory, it's creamy, it's freaking delicious. And then you got that the cheesiness. It's just really, really good. If you like French onion soup and you like baked spaghettis, I would say go make this because it's freaking delicious. And it's just a different flavor. It's not Alfredo, it's not tomato. It's different, but it's still pasta and it's easy and you could throw this together in under an hour, including cook and prep time, and have dinner for the family and then lunch for the next day. And that's what I think, but hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm all right. Just found out that a dog cannot run for mayor here, so I'm going to have start lobbying the legislature. Because let's be honest, I'm way smarter than most of these jokers.
Well, check it out. We made this French onion baked spaghetti you wanted. And of course, we made you a dog-friendly version without the onions. Well, here you go. What do you think?
I'm sure your onion version is even better, but this is delicious. It's creamy and savory with a hint of sweetness and tons of flavor.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Turn your wounds into wisdom.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, this is a great dish, easy to make, and people will love it. So go try it. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second, go like, share, subscribe, hype, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. And hey, if you like this video, go check out our other videos. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.